Yo guys, what's going on? Ace is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be heading to dorms on customs. I'm going to be showing you guys an entire loot guide for looting the entire dorms, both 3-story and 2-story. A lot of you guys have been requesting loot guides, and I cannot make an entire map loot guide for you. You guys will spawn in so many different places, and it would just be way too long of a video. So I figured we're going to take some of those highly concentrated areas where there's a ton of loot, ton of action, and we'll do some loot guides for those areas. So if you guys want more videos like this, I already made one on customs for the car repair shop, also known as Streamer. There's a ton of shit in there. Make sure you check that video out. If I remember, I'll put it in the top right corner. But let me show you guys the extra loot strategy and what keys I'm going to be bringing into raid here today. Also, we're going to be heading into an offline raid. All of that loot is fixed into a certain set of loot pools. So when you're in an online raid, you're going to get way better loot online than you will in an offline raid. Offline is just for me showing you example. In today's video, we probably will not even get a single thing that will go into this docs case besides keys. But online, you'll get diaries. You might get flash drives, intels, ton of different shit like that. So first, the keys. We're going to be bringing 105, 206, 104, 110, 114, 204, 220, 214 if I missed that one, and the Marth key. That's going to be it for the dorms, but additional customs keys will be the factory key, USEC key, and the director's office key. Now, the extra loot strategy, basically if you guys find diaries, you find flash drives, you find tech manuals even, you know, shit like that. Anything that can go into the docs case, because you're bringing so many keys in for dorms, unless you guys have a specific docs case key tool or SIC case for just customs in general. I run all my shit together because I always forget to change them. You know, you can do that, but I use the docs case because you can throw those diaries and shit in there. You can throw so much stuff in a docs case, man. And the keys. Dorms has a ton of keys too. So sometimes you get a shit ton in one raid, and having that docs case there is a lot of help. Having that extra room there. So let's head into customs. We're going to head to the dorms. I'm going to show you guys my exact route on everything that I loot when I am looting the dorms. We got the Pilgrim on. I made a video on the Pilgrim, why you guys should be running it. Link up in the top right corner if I remember, of course. Let's head in. All right, guys, we're at dorms. We're going to be heading in 3-story first, and we're just going to work our way through the floors. I'm going to show you every single thing that I loot, or at least try to loot in one raid. Obviously, certain situations will not allow you to loot certain things. However, we're going to start in this first room right here. Obviously, your situations are going to be a lot different, so take everything with a grain of salt. You don't have to loot everything, and, you know, just an example, I did not bring the guard desk key because I never loot that over on 2-story. That's something that you guys might like looting and that you can bring into raid, but not me personally. So we're just looting jackets right now. Like I said, this is going to be an offline raid, so the loot's not going to be as great, but we are going to make the rounds as usual, just like we were playing in an offline, or an online raid, I should say. GP coin, love it. Extra loot strategy already coming into play. We had a can of Sprats here on the ground. So these are the first 3 rooms you want to be checking. Right here, and right here. You're going to have 5 jackets right out of the gate. Next is going to be these filing cabinets. This one's a little riskier, man. It's one of those, maybe if you're a little bit later into the raid, this is one you can check, but make sure you guys are grabbing all the loot out of these bad boys, or at least trying to get some of those diaries and stuff like that, because you can find them pretty commonly in the filing cabinets, and once again, deploying the extra loot strategy there. Alright, so we're going to head down the hallway first. And we're going to hit these filing cabinets in here. Once again, just abusing the docs case strat. Alrighty. Now that we're done with that, we're going to check this couch right here. In this case, a tool set, but it's rumored that GPUs will spawn here. Tech spawns, shit like that. I found some other miscellaneous stuff like chlorine even here. So, always check the couch. Make sure you're checking your kitchen for food spawns, and every once in a while, you'll find a little bit of loot back here on these shelves. As for other rooms, I don't really check anything else. Yes, there's miscellaneous spawns in some of them, but that's just what I do in my raids. Next, we're going to head to the second floor. We're going to head to the end of the hallway here. Alright, so right here, you're going to grab yourself 2 jackets. Make sure you're checking this table right here. You can actually grab yourself some med spawns. I found morphines even, so it's a great place to check. Next, we're going to be using room 204. And you're going to have some weapon spawns in here. You can have some magazine spawns that always pick up, man. Make sure you're always picking up those magazines. You never know what ammo could be in there. In this case, Getska 366. I will pass. But make sure you guys are always checking those out. Make sure you grab this safe up top as well. And check back here in the suitcase. I found IFAKs here a lot. So there's going to be a med spawn here. And I think either on this chair or on the bed, you can find like money spawns or something like that. Can't remember fully. But jump right here. Make sure you guys are hopping in here. This is a free 1,000 rubles every single raid by getting the machinery key every single time. It is a fixed spawn there, so you will gain that every single time. Deploy the extra loot strategy once again, and that's going to be an easy key for you to pick up. Moving down the hallway, we have 3 weapon crates. I check every single one. Next one right here. And the last one up here. And make sure you're checking this table right here for food spawns. I found condensed milk here so many times. Easy 13k. Always check it. Next, we're going to head down the hall. And we'll start in here. You're going to have 2 jackets. Make sure you're checking all around, too. Every once in a while, you find, like, some crackers here or something on the bed. Right across the hall is going to be at 220. You got a jacket and a duffel in here. I think there's a loose loot spawn on the floor right next to the duffel. We got a reserve key. No idea if that's a good one. Doesn't really matter because we're in an offline raid. Alright, make sure you guys are always checking this shelf right here. Usually, it's going to be a good magazine, and if it's a shitty magazine, inside the mag is going to be some decent ammo. So in this case, great mag, 20-rounder for the SVD, and that's going to have some PS ammunition in it, which is not terrible. That will one-tap to the chest, I do believe, so not bad. Make sure you check in this shelf right here for med spawns. In this case, we did have one. And make sure you guys are going in here. Check right here on the table, and sometimes right here on the floor. Duffel bag spawns. You can get any item in the game in loose backpacks. Check it. It's worth stopping in this room. Next is going to be the 214 key. We got a safe in here. There is our diary. We're going to throw that in the docs case. Make sure you guys are checking right here on the bed and on this bed for some ammo spawns and money spawns. Next, we're going to head to the 3rd floor, and we're going to start at the stair side. Make sure you check right here for the MBSS backpacks, and in here, you're going to grab yourself 2 additional jackets. 306 key. Chocolate bar, that's always nice. Now, I do want to point out that you can run 303 if you want. There is a weapon crate right there when you walk in the door, so that's an optional one. Personally, I don't waste the space in my sick case, but I figured I'd mention it. Running down the hallway towards Mark 2, we're going to take a left to right here. Make sure you're checking right there for the MBSS backpack as well. You're going to have 2 more jackets in here. And make sure you check right here. You can find squash, sometimes med spawns, painkillers, you know, all that type of shit. Now, marked room, obviously. A little expensive this wipe, but if you can afford the key or at least have something to barter for it, I would recommend it. I always stop in. In this case, we have an Acez. Don't know if they're still super expensive, but that's a win in my book, especially if you need it for gunsmith. We are going to dump our inventory, though, so this is everything we got from the 3rd story of dorms. We'll keep all this shit in here for now. But when it comes to at least not great items, I think we're going to dump our stuff. All right, so that's what we got so far. Let's see what we got in that Acez. Probably going to be M80. It is full mag. Very nice. All right, let's head to... also, I guess I should point it out, there is a weapon crate right there. I never loot it. I don't think I've ever looted it once this wipe, and in my Tarkov career, about 2,000 plus hours, I've looted it probably under 10 times. So, I will not be caught looting that shit. We're going to head over to 2-story, though. Like I said, guard desk is not included in this video here today, but I will point it out here in just a second. We're going to have... I think grenade case, ammo case, and regular weapon box, and that's going to be right here inside of there. And you also have some loose loot spawns on the table. As you can see, there's an angled foregrip and AFG right there. So that is there for you if you need it. Right in the front door, you got a duffel bag and a weapon crate. B33, not terrible. Right in the next room, you're going to have another weapon crate. Not terrible. We got a helmet and got a Neotech. Love that. Moving down the hall, very next room, you're going to have a duffel bag and 2 jackets in here. Moving down the hall some more. We're going to be heading into room 110. Now have a safe in here. Car battery right here. You can also have a car battery spawn right there, I believe. And then I think you can get food spawns somewhere on the floor in here as well. We're going to drop that car battery, though. That shit's making us heavy. But we got some more cash, and we got an Eli badge, and a roller, goddamn. And a flash drive. Hey, man, extra loot strategy is coming in clutch right now. Right across the hall is going to be room 114. Going to have a safe, computer, and a med case here. I think there's also, like, a loose loot spawn, like oat flakes and shit, maybe a food spawn on the bed, but it's pretty rare. It doesn't hit much. So we're going to have this computer here. 1% chance at your GPUs, and we have our safe. Gold chain, another vase, and a Veritas pick. Not bad. Alright, so we're going to head into the bathroom here. Make sure you check in the floor right here. And actually check in the lockers. Every once in a while you can find an ammo spawn there. Dead scav right here. Always check this guy. He's got the goods. In this case, though, not great. But the pliers, they're probably back down to normal price by now. Everybody's done making their green batteries. But we're going to be heading upstairs now. And we're going to take a left. And go to the very end of the hallway into this room. And you have 8 filing cabinets. So I'm going to save you the pain. And I'm going to loot all of these. Alright, so far, I've gotten through 5 filing cabinets. We have a director's key. We have another diary. We have a power bank. And a USB-A. AA battery. Alrighty, so honestly, man, extra loot strat coming in clutch in this offline raid. Like, this is a good set of loot for this offline raid here. But next is going to be some more filing cabinets. I lied. 2 jackets first, then more filing cabinets. But 2 jackets in here. And make sure you guys are checking the food spawn behind you on the little desk table thing right here. Next is going to be the filing cabinets. Now, you got barbed wire here. This one's completely optional. If you're running a lot of heals in raid, then I'd recommend it. But I always try to do this one. Simply because if you run in that docs case, just maximize. USB adapter again. And paper. Hey, we'll take paper all day long. So, not terrible. Let's heal up. Next is going to be 206. You might be thinking, why the hell are you carrying the 206 key? I actually made a video in this top right corner if you are interested. But basically, shit still spawns in here. It's not just a quest room. It's one key I recommend you guys have on you. And in this case, in the offline raid, we have struck out. No water filters, nothing like that. So we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to hit this room. There's going to be 2 jackets in here. Got an unknown key, 310. We'll have to look that one up. I don't think it's anything crazy. 310 might be one of the Bitcoin rooms. I actually can't remember. But right across the hall, you're going to have 2 more jackets. All right. Now we're going to keep moving down the hall. We're going to be opening the next 3 rooms, I think it is. In here, you got a duffel bag. Fuel conditioner. A little bit of grub. Next room is going to have a weapon crate. 2 weapon crates, and next one has a single weapon crate. We're not even done yet. And we've been looting picky. Why am I looting like I'm in an online raid? Grabbing all that XP and shit. Not bad there. A little Glock suppressor. Hey, our inventory's filled. We do got a couple items we got to toss here. Let's go ahead and do that now. And the band-aids could probably go. That stock might actually be worth a shit ton right now because of the fact that the FAL has had a nice little buff. So that might actually be decent. But we have a couple more rooms, but we have to exit the dorm and re-enter. It's going to be on that gated upside here on our left. But assuming you took the front door in, you're going to have 2 more rooms left to loot. 104 and 105. 105 has a safe. We'll start there. And then 104 has a toolbox and a jacket, I believe. But here is going to be your safe. And on the couch, as you saw, we got a little food spawn action. We got a gold cock. Goddamn. All right. I see you. Let's maximize here. We got a can of meat. Goddamn. All right. And then across the hall, like I said, I think it's a toolbox and 1 jacket, but it could be 2. It is 2 jackets. Toolbox first. See if we can grab a pair of contacts. No, but tube is good, and so are nuts. We like nuts here on the channel. I'm a nut connoisseur. Take it how you wanna. Wouldn't be an Ace's EFT video without saying some sort of sus shit. Alright, now we got our last 2 jackets, and that is going to be your loot guide for dorms. We're not done yet, folks. There it is, locked it in. So, let's take a loot tally. Now, this is an offline raid, but I'm going to be honest, this was a really solid offline raid. So, here is everything that we got. We got a shitty helmet, which will get you about 20k. We got a PM pistol, that's 5k. You can do all this math in your head. I'm not adding all this shit up. You got an RSAS, which I'm going to assume is probably going to be around quick sell 100k. You're going to have to use this one or use it for gunsmith. You cannot sell these on the flea market. If you could sell them on the flea market, you'd be looking at probably around between 200 and 600k, somewhere in there. And if it would have been beginning of wipe, they would have been $1 million. But the mag here is going to sell for about 20, and we found that EO tag, which is going to be another 20. Glock suppressor is 20. This foregrip is about 20. Cobra is about 20. Nuts, I think, are 15k. The tube is 10k, or actually it's about 11k on quick sell. 10k, 10k, 6k on quick sell. M80 rounds are like 600 a piece or some shit like that. Maybe 800, so 8,000 there. 10,000 there, 20k on the chocolate bar, 10k on the phone. Double vase action, it's going to be probably around 30k a piece, maybe 40. SVD mag, if they're still hot from the task, you might be looking at about 20 to 30k there. Power banks are, I think, 70k. Paper, 20k. Fuel conditioner, 30k. Gold cock, baby, I think they're like 54k, something like that. Gold chain, 26. Eli badge, I think, is in the 30s. Rollers are in the 60s, I think. Could be wrong on some of these numbers. Take it with a grain of salt. Got a little M4 mag here. Probably the worst thing that we took. Probably only 10k. CPU, about 8 to 10k. FAL mag, no fucking idea. Might be good, might be bad. Nuts, once again, we already went over it. The B33, I think, is like 20k, but could be a lot higher. I know one of these Zeniths are actually super high in price. And then moving to the extra loot and 2 keys that we got. So here is all the fucking loot we got by just bringing in this docs case. If you would die, you would get all this shit still. It's going to be a good raid regardless of you living or dying. So GP is about 26,000. No idea on this key. It doesn't really matter since it's offline, as I said. Diaries are going to be like 250 a piece. They're not the slim diaries. I think the slim diaries sell for about 305. Some loose rubles in here. We have the 104, 306, weapon save, pumping front, which is only about 1,000. Office key, 310. If this is the room with the Bitcoin in it, this one might be like 100 some K. But if it's the other 310, if there even is another 310, it might not be that great. And 214, which I think is a safe key. So that one might also be like 20k. Overall, we did fucking good, man. And this was an offline raid. You know, some raids are going to be really good. Some raids are going to be really bad. It's going to just vary. Just run multiple raids and go to dorms as many times as your little heart desires and loot fucking everything. I swear to you, dorms this wipe has been dead because of the marked room not being that great. Almost nobody comes here, man. So I would recommend it, guys. This has been my loot guide for dorms. I'm probably going to have to cut it down because it says the current recording is at 26 minutes. So I'll do my best for you. But make sure you guys are leaving a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Sponsor and equipment description below. It's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm out.